Hey, you did the set on my friend right here. Can I get that same exact set?
Yeah, I did about 18. Yeah, about 16. Yeah, I can do.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, awesome. But classic or volume?
Uh, what what is this picture? Is that like a classic or a volume set? I'm not sure.
Well, I can just I can base it off of that. No problem. Yeah, I can give you that. I'll base it
Okay.
off of that. Do you wear glasses?
Yeah, I wear glasses.
Like every single day or
For most of the day, yeah.
most of the day? Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. I'll base it off of that. We'll do it.
Okay.
Awesome. Let's go.
Alright guys, so you guys just watched a video what you shouldn't do as a lash artist, because how many times have you been to a lash artist and you had a similar consultation like that? Lack of information, lack of comfortability, and oftentimes you're sitting there not knowing exactly what you're gonna get. Have you ever gotten a lash set done and you open up your eyes and you didn't like that style? Or maybe it was too long, or maybe it was too natural? Oftentimes we always hear yes and all these horror stories, and it's due to the lack of education these lash artists are providing, because a consultation is the absolute key to being a successful one. That's going to be the difference between an average lash artist making $30,000, $40,000 to you making over $100,000, because it all ties back to that one word, which is value that we talk about. Value, remember, it is what are you going to do differently than the other lash artists, and what are you going to do better than the lash artist, and it all starts right here. So let's go ahead and replay this video as I break it down and critique it just a little bit. Hey, you did the set on my friend right here. Can I get that same exact set?
Yeah, I did about 16, 18. Yeah, about 16. Yeah, I can do.
Okay, perfect. Let's take a quick pause right there. Now, as you saw me, the client was telling Yaya, I want this exact picture that you did on my friend, and Yaya automatically agreed to it. Now understand, when we get into mapping, we're gonna figure out that not all sizes will fit every single client. The reason for that is because you have to first measure the longest length of the natural lashes and then dictate how much longer you can go. Because let's say my natural lashes were 8 millimeter, right? Which is on average 8, 9, 10 is average natural lashes. And Yaya's gives me a full 18 length. Well, that 18 length is gonna be too heavy. And anytime you put too much weight, it's gonna cause two things. You put all those 18s, 17s, and 16s on my eyes, my entire set is gonna look extremely droopy, making my eyes look tired. It doesn't look flattering. Not only that, most importantly, you're gonna damage my natural lashes because of all the weight. So now my lashes are shedding off faster than they should be. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back into the video.
Yeah, awesome. But classic or volume?
What is this picture? Is that like a classic or a volume set? I'm not sure.
Well, I can just I can base it off of that. No problem. Yeah, I can give you that. I'll base it
Okay.
off of that.
Alright, we'll do that.
All right, awesome. Let's go.
Let's take a quick pause right there. Did you notice the client, myself, looked a little hesitant? I looked a little flustered or a little confused. So most of the time, your client isn't going to know the difference between what a classic set is, nor will they know the difference between a volume set. So it is our responsibility as a lash artist to explain what every little thing is and explain all the options that your client has, and then ask them afterwards. Now this is gonna lead into more of your client looking at you as the authority in the industry. They're gonna look at you like you know what you're talking about and the expert. So if someone's viewing you as an expert because you know what you're talking about, they're more likely to incline to spend more money with you. Am I right? Let's get back into the video.
Do you wear glasses?
Yeah, I wear glasses.
Like every single day or
For most of the day, yeah.
most of the day? Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. I'll base it off of that. We'll do it.
Okay.
Awesome. Let's go.
Alright, let's take a quick pause there. Now I will give this lash artist credit for asking the question of, do you wear glasses? Because if they do wear glasses on a normal basis, well, that should be a light bulb that goes off in your head, because now we know, well, they should probably go more of a D curl than a C curl. Now we know they probably can't do 16, 17, and 18 because it's gonna flicker on the lenses all day long, right? So When you're asking these questions, they're asking for a very specific reason. If I were the lash artist, I'm asking this client if she wears glasses or not. And if she does, as they do today, we would probably recommend doing a shorter set, much more like a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, no more than that. And also recommend doing more of a D curl. Now understand the D curl, it curls more towards the ceiling, right? And the C curl, it curls more towards outwards. So the last thing we want to do is give a C curl that is too long because it has more of a chance to flicker on those lenses there. So again, this is some of the things that you really want to keep in mind when you're asking these questions. Alright guys, so now let's review what a proper consultation should look like.
Hey, how are you? I'm
good.
Yaya. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Yaya. I'm cute.
Cute. Nice to meet you. What brings you in today?
I actually want to get a set done. You did a set on my friend and it looked amazing, so I want to get that one.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for your friend for referring me. I see that it's probably your first time here with me. Before we get started with any of our first time clients, Q, I want to make sure that you're going to be a great contender for this, okay? So I just want to say your health is my priority. So before we get started, I just want to take a look at what we're currently working with as far as your natural lashes. If you don't mind looking up for me. Phenomenal. All right, perfect. Everything looks fantastic, Q. Your natural lashes are going to look amazing. Is this for a special event?
Let's take a pause right there, guys. Now, it's very, very important. One of the first things that you always want to do with a new time client is examine her natural lashes. And you're looking for any signs of bacteria, demodex, conjunctivitis, things such as that that will prevent you from taking her on as a client. Now, Yaya also followed up with a fantastic question is, are you getting these lashes for a specific occasion? Now, the answer was a graduation or something as a party, right? That right there should give you an idea that she's probably more so gonna want a volume set rather than a more classic natural set. So keep these little things in mind as you're asking these questions, okay? Let's get back into the video. I actually have a birthday event I'm going to this weekend.
Okay, how exciting. Well, definitely there's going to be flexibility and different options. That's why I asked, because if it's for a special event, I know we always like to kind of do a little bit of a wow factor, which we'll talk about. But before we get started, because again, your health is my priority, all my first time clients, they get offered what we call a patch test. This is just going to let me know if you do have any reactions to my adhesive. It's super simple.
Let's take a pause right there. How many of you can say that your lash artist recommended or even explained a patch test to you? Or do you even know what a patch test is? Again, a patch test is going to be extremely crucial to ask because your clients can very well have a sensitive reaction to the glue. To the eyelids, from the ingredients of the glue, the eyes will swell up, get red, get swollen. They'll have to go to the ER, they have to get antibiotics and medication to clear it up. And so it's always important to, again, share the information. Yaya's gonna explain a little bit more, but you'll also notice she'll say that is not very common. And that's very true, it's not very common. But the point of this is that we're asking questions that other lash artists are not asking. We're doing something that other lash artists are not doing. And so we're giving them a better experience at the end of the day, and that is what value is for you. Let's begin back.
It's super simple. I would say 9 out of 10 clients don't experience a reaction, but it's something that I like to offer. That way you feel comfortable. The way we would perform a patch test is we do 1 drop of glue on the back of your hand or behind your ear, but then we also apply 3 to 5 lashes on your eye. Then we have to just kind of wait a little bit of a window to see if we're gonna see any symptoms. I'd say give it about 4 to 6 hours. If you see any type of reaction, let me know. Otherwise, if you don't, you're in the clear. We can always schedule you in for your lash set. So is that something that you would potentially want to partake in today? Like I said, it's completely optional, and 9 out of my 10 clients don't experience this, but I do like to offer it to my first time clients.
Let's take a pause right there, guys. Fantastic way of explaining the patch test. Now, what we see oftentimes with beginning lash artists is when we do train them to do a proper consultation and explain it, they use this one word that will drive your client away, and it's I recommend doing a consultation. You never ever want to recommend doing a consultation just because now you know 9 out of 10 of your clients will not be allergic. And if you recommend it, Well, they're already viewing you as the expert, right? They're already viewing you as the lash artist. That's why they're gonna take your advice. So now if you come to me and I say, hey, I recommend you doing a patch test, but you gotta wait 24 hours until you come back, you're more than likely gonna walk out my door and just find another lash artist, right? And so again, we don't wanna recommend, we just wanna explain and give them the option of doing it. Most of the time, they're going to waive the patch test, okay? Let's get back into the video. None of my lash artists ever mentioned a patch test before.
I'm sorry to hear that. No, well, definitely. I don't want to risk anything in your health, so that's definitely why we offer it here for sure.
Awesome. I think you said it's normally not going to be common that somebody would have a reaction.
Honestly, it's very rare. If you've never been allergic to like latex or adhesive, I don't foresee that being a problem. Never have. So like I said, 9 out of 10 clients don't.
Okay, that makes me feel more comfortable. Let's go ahead and skip past it.
Perfect. All right, now let's get to the fun stuff. This birthday. All right, we can either kind of go more traditional, something natural, like my classic set. I offer 2 different options here. My first one is my classic set. It's a lot more natural. It's going to be a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you want to add a little bit of length, almost like what we do with mascara, it makes it look thicker or longer. That's what my classic set will allow me to achieve. So if you have 50 natural lashes, Q, I can apply 50 lash extensions. If you have 100, we can do 100. Now, if you're like, nope, this is for that birthday, I want people to see that I'm getting my lashes done, it's my first time, I recommend my volume set. That one's gonna be fuller, more glamorous. With this one, we get about 10 to 20 lash extensions per your natural lash. So again, it's gonna get it looking really nice and fluffy. Don't let those numbers scare you also, because we can give you more of a lighter volume as well. So out of the 2, which one sounds a little bit more funner for this first look?
I think we'll go with the more voluminous, so the volume.
Voluminous, awesome. So let's go ahead and do a volume set.
Let's pause there, guys. So did you see the difference between this consultation and the one prior? What Yaya did on this consultation was she explained a classic set very thoroughly, and she used some very key words. The idea of this is explain it to your clients to where they have a better visual in their mind, so they can choose the better set that's gonna work for their occasion or their better lifestyle. Now, as she was also explaining about the volume set, this is gonna be the most versatile set that you offer, because as you see, there's gonna be mega volume out there, there's gonna be volume, but then there's also gonna be light volume. And so you have many different options at that point. And she did a great job on explaining the both of them. And then she asked a question afterwards, okay? Let's move forward on the video.
Next is you get a couple of options when it comes to your volume set. I like to cover curl, length, and also your style. When it comes to curl, you have 2 different options when you come to me. You have C curl and then you have D curl. C curl is gonna be a little bit more relaxed, more on the natural side, so it doesn't curl back too much, okay? My D curl, it's in the name. It's gonna have a little bit more of a belly. You will be able to see the curl back a little bit more with D curl. So out of the 2, one's a little bit less visible, but you can still see the lashes. Is there one that sounds more appealing to you?
Let's pause there. Again, she's always explaining and then asking the questions. Some of the key words I want you to remember when you're explaining the C curl is the C curl is gonna be more natural and more subtle. Okay, natural and subtle. You'll notice when you're gaining more clientele that more of the elderly clients and more mature clients, I would say about 40 and up, will go more with the C curl because they don't want anything too dramatic, right? And now when you get into explaining the D curl, we like to say D for dramatic, so that gives them a better idea as far as if they go into a special occasion, if they want something a little bit more bolder, that's gonna be more noticeable, then they'll more than likely do this D curl, right? And so again, explain and then ask. Let's get back into the video. Well, first, thank you for explaining the both. I didn't know there were different curls out there as well, but I think let's do the C curl.
C curl? Okay, awesome. Something a little bit more natural. Next, that style. So you'd have a very attractive face. So definitely want to give you some recommendations, but if you don't know where to start, let me go ahead and start by explaining the difference between both eyes. So cat eye is going to start shorter on the inner corners and it's going to get longer towards the outer ends. Next, I have my doll eye. This one goes from short on the inner corners, long in the middle, kind of like where your pupils are, and then towards the outer ends, it rounds off. So one, again, more feline, and the other one rounds off a little bit more. Is there one that sounds more appealing to you?
Both of them sound fantastic. Is there one that you would prefer or recommend for me?
Yeah, absolutely. So looking at your facial structure, the one that I highly recommend is going to be my doll eye. This is the one, again, shorter on the inner and outer and longer towards the middle. It's going to really open those eyes and make you look more awake. That's the one I'd recommend.
Let's take a quick moment there and let's appreciate how Yaya first recommended a style for me and how she explained it. But first and foremost, she had to really figure out what my facial structure is. Does my face resemble a square, a round, an inverted triangle, or an oval shaped face, right? Once we know what shape a client is, we can best recommend a style that's gonna flatter her facial structure. That's also going to be called face balancing and face correction as well. And then she also mentioned how the open eye was going to flatter my face shape by drawing more attention towards the middle of my eyes and away from my bold jaw lines here. So textbook says because I have more of a square shaped face, I'm more on the wide set. So the last thing we ever want to do is place longer lashes on the outside of my eyes, which would be a cat eye, right? Because that's just going to create more of an illusion that my face is wider than it is. So again, the doll eye or the open eye is going to be fantastic because it shifts the attention away from here to now here. Okay, let's get back into the video.
Wait, that's the one I'd recommend.
Oh wow, let's definitely go with that one.
Okay, awesome. Next is, do you wear glasses on a daily basis?
I don't.
You don't? Okay, good. Thank you for letting me know. Here we're gonna have some flexibility when it comes to the length. A short length when it comes to lash extensions, I wanna say it's not gonna be too much longer than what you naturally have. My happy place for me and my clients is a medium length, just because it's not too short, but it's not overly like, oh my gosh, I got the lashes on my face, right, type of thing. Or if you wanna say, hey, I got these lashes done, I highly recommend the long set if you wanna go all the way, but completely up to you.
Let's do with the safe set, like a medium?
I would say, yeah, I'd highly recommend a medium. Like I said, it's not too short, not too long. Gets you your feet wet, I'd say.
Perfect, let's do it.
Okay, I got everything that I need for your lash set here. What I'm just gonna put is that we did decline the patch test. Here I have down that we wanna do a doll eye, correct? We wanna go on a medium length with our C-curl. I'll just go ahead and fill out your paperwork, your consent form, and then we'll get started.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Any questions before we go?
No, you explained everything perfectly.
All right, awesome. Let's get started.
All right, so let's recap on that consultation. But at the very end, did you notice that when Yaya was explaining the short, medium, and long set, she never gave specific sizes? But did you remember prior, she said, yes, 16, 17, 18, right? So going back to the proper consultation is crucial because we don't know the sizes until we measure the natural lashes, right? So that's why it's crucial to explain what a short set is, what a medium, and what a long. Very, very in-depth. This way the client feels a lot more comfortable. The client feels like they're going to an expert. And overall, it's just giving them an experience that you probably never had before and they never had before.